Yeah. So there are strategies everywhere from £50 a week up to £100 million, and they're different. Huh? They range differently from everyone, but and from country to country. To be fair, different countries have different tax laws, so different vehicles. But from your point of view, at the sort of normal end, I'm not going to call it the low end because I'm in that boat as well. It's as tax efficient as you can get it. That's where you start. You use all the tax efficiencies and then you step up into different things.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show. It is your girl Sarah right here on Relax Radio, and we're having a very important and interesting conversation, I might add, with regard to the supply chain crisis that could possibly cancel Christmas. All right, so that is what the conversation is about. Now make sure to stay tuned because we're going to be talking about a lot of different interesting things, and the best way for you to stay informed or updated about all of these things is actually by making sure that you are listening into Relax Radio. All right, so if you want to share your thoughts or your opinions with me, all you need to do is just text me or call me on 078 52473 share your thoughts, share your opinions, because I would absolutely love to hear everything that you have to say. All right, and all you need to do is just text me or call me on 078 52473 All right, now also while you're at it, something else that you can actually definitely do is to go like us on Facebook, because you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and also to download our or rather to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that way you can actually make sure that you are staying informed and updated as well. Okay, so don't forget to do that. And something else that you can do obviously is to download our app, because that's available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, and you can actually make sure that you're always informed and you're always updated about all of these things just by being a part of Relax Radio. All right, so the best information to keep you updated about everything that happens all over the world, and the most accurate information as well, is available on Relax Radio. So don't forget to stay tuned, to subscribe, to like us, and to call us and get in touch with us. All right, and now let's actually head into our conversation, because now we're going to be talking about how how this supply, or rather how the supply chain crisis that we have right now could potentially cancel Christmas. All right, so let's head into that conversation now. A lot of supermarket chain bosses have warned that the UK government must allow retailers to recruit HGV drivers from abroad to essentially avoid a supply chain crisis that could potentially ruin Christmas. All right, now Richard Walker, who happens to be Iceland's managing director, said that the UK actually faced a shortage of 100,000 workers. Right now, they basic 100,000 HGV drivers, and this was already causing about 30 to 40 deliveries from its stores to deliveries to its stores to be cancelled daily. Right, and that would actually upend plans to begin building Christmas stock from next month. All right, so that is very, very important. Okay, and basically what he said is that we've got Christmas around the corner, and in retail we start to stock build really from September onwards. Right, and this is in fact what is a hugely important time of the year, because we know when it comes to Christmas, so many people buy so many things. Right, Christmas is obviously the times when people spend the most amount of money. Right, and Christmas is in fact something that's widely celebrated. It's something you don't even have to be Christian or Catholic to celebrate it. Literally anyone can celebrate Christmas, and it's a festival that brings a lot of people together as well. All right, and basically when you have lorry driver shortages and other workers, in terms of workers who basically pick and choose hundreds and thousands of different good quality vegetables, people who help in packing, people who help in making deliveries, and other workers, other laborers, it's in fact going to be a huge problem, because a lot of these job roles that are presently there, these are in fact fulfilled by, these are in fact fulfilled by all of these workers, right? So what's important is that when all of these workers have been asked to go out of the country because of Brexit, and also because, because of COVID, there were so many changes that took place. It's obviously very important that right now, at least for the time being, which is right now, to stop this, this whole fiasco, this disaster from taking place. But at least for right now, they let these people, or rather they relax these immigration rules and these visas, at least for the time being, right? Now, he basically said that we've got a lot of goods to transport between now and Christmas, and a strong supply chain is vital for everyone, okay? Now, the reason for sounding the alarm now is that we've already had one Christmas cancelled at the last minute, and I hate this one to be problematic as well. All right, which was what I was saying earlier as well. Now, last year, obviously, Christmas got cancelled, but right now, it has the possibility of getting cancelled again, and that's not definitely something that we want, right? So the HGV driver shortage has in fact caused cancelled orders for fast moving food products such as bread, and this is just about at about 100 Iceland stores, right? And deliveries of soft drinks has basically fallen by 50% by volume. And that's also, a big problem, right? We also spoke a few days back about the disruption across the UK's fast food sector, because milkshakes weren't available at the menu at McDonald's, and even Nando's was forced to close down about 50 of their restaurants because of the shortage of chicken, right? So now you can see we're already seeing how badly this could affect us, right? Because right now we're seeing already how it's affecting us. So just imagine in a few more months when it's Christmas and people are demanding so much more than right now, it's gonna be a whole disaster. All right, so make sure to stay tuned, because we're gonna head into a small break right now, and after that we will be back to discuss this further. But until then, obviously make sure that you stay tuned, because I have so much left to share with you as well. Hi guys, welcome back to the show. It is your girl Sarah right here on Relax Radio, and I am super excited to be here. All right, now we're going to be talking about how there is a supply chain crisis here in the United Kingdom, and how that could potentially lead to Christmas being cancelled. All right, now last year as well we had the same problem. Christmas got cancelled, and right now we're already seeing shortages all across England, and this could possibly lead to so many other shortages across or rather the shortages could in fact become much worse closer to Christmas. All right, because already we're experiencing a huge number of shortages, so just imagine, very closer to Christmas the situation might in fact get much worse. All right, now if you want to be a part of the show, please feel free to text me on 078 you can text us through Skype, WhatsApp, whatever it is that you want to choose. You can go ahead and do that. But also don't forget to go download the app, because that is available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store as well. All right. So make sure to stay informed. Make sure to stay tuned to Relax Radio, because that way you can actually, share your thoughts and opinions with us on Relax Radio, right? And also feel free to comment on on our live streams, because I can definitely see all the comments that you all are saying, and I can definitely respond to them as well. So feel free to do that. If you have anything you want me to talk about, if you have anything you want to share with me, please feel free to do that. All right. And also I want to very quickly remind you that you can in fact go like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and also subscribe to us on our YouTube channel as well. All right, because all you need to do is just make sure you go like us and follow us and subscribe as well, and that will actually help you stay informed and updated about all of these things that we talk about. Okay, and don't forget to download that app either, because that's available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, and you can actually make sure that you're always informed and updated by downloading our app. All right, and now let's actually head back into our conversation, because we have so much more left to talk about with regard to how a supply chain crisis could potentially ruin Christmas. All right. Now, Richard Walker also said that the shortfall in lorry drivers was not an inevitable consequence of the post-Brexit EU immigration rules, but rather a self-inflicted wound that was created by this government's failure to appreciate the importance of HGV drivers and the work they do for us, right? Because he said the solution is quite simple, really, or the simple solution is that HGV lorry drivers actually need to be added to the essential and skilled worker list, like professions such as ballerinas. All right, because the work they do is in fact important. It's essential. I mean, look, if you aren't going to classify these workers as essential, then who's gonna deliver your groceries? Who's gonna make sure that you have items to eat on time, food items to make food to eat on time, right? Because essential workers are, or rather lorry drivers, people who work in supermarkets and whatnot, those people are in fact essential workers, right? And these HGV drivers have basically kept the show on the road for the past 18 months during the pandemic, and it's basically very criminal that we're not viewing them as skilled workers, right? Because they've made sure our groceries got delivered, they've made sure that we get produce on time and that we aren't starving, right? They are the ones who've actually made sure that our lives weren't upended simply because of the pandemic, right? Because if it wasn't for them, who else is gonna deliver our stuff? Who else is gonna actually make sure that we have produce to make food and whatnot? All right. And obviously, he said something else that Mr. Walker said was that it would actually take about 4 to 6 weeks to actually recruit foreign drivers. All right, and he said that even if the government actually immediately added them to the skilled workers list, a solution to the UK supply chain crisis would not obviously happen overnight. Right, and it's as simple as you can't basically save Christmas overnight, right? For you to make sure that you can save Christmas, you need to make sure that you start taking steps right now itself, because if not, you're not going to have a way to essentially save Christmas, right? Now, the shortfall of lorry drivers have in fact been caused by a combination of post-Brexit EU immigration rules, and this is also because of COVID-19 restrictions and self-isolation guidance. Okay, so because of all of these things, there have been so much of chaos that has been caused as well. because Brexit was one problem, then COVID-19 was a whole problem altogether, right? And there has been a lot of chaos, there has been a lot of unexpected, unforeseen circumstances that have led to where we are right now, right? Now, critics of the UK's biggest food retailers have also called for better pay and working conditions to actually help attract local workers, right? And the truth of the matter is, Walker basically said that they're increasing their pay rates across the depots, right? And I think that the market, and he also said that the market in itself will correct itself, because, we were actually facing a recession in terms of the pandemic. The entire world was going through a recession, and now when we're finally expanding and when we're finally reaching that stage of expansion and jobs are being opened up, salaries are increasing, we don't have workers. So we're not actually expanding our economy. We're still stuck at a standstill because we can't move forward, because obviously, even though there's jobs and there's pay, there are no workers. All right. And that is in fact the problem. Now, make sure to stay tuned, because we're actually going to head into a small break right now. And after that, we will be back to discuss this further. So until then, make sure that you stay tuned.
The valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday, and what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I saving or investing for? Why am I doing it? When will I need the money? And how much money do I need? Yeah. So that's quite important, because when you're looking at your net worth, you've got to start with saying, well, what do I want my net worth to be? So that there's a goal, and then work backwards. How do I get there? And if I can start with £50 or $50 a week, if I save that every week, and you can go online and use